Alright, so welcome back to State of the Table. This is my video series where we get a quick, rough, raw, sort of simple look at the hobby table, see what's going on. I am considering doing this sort of deal a little bit less often than weekly because I want to do some other videos, and it has been difficult for me to keep up with getting a video out before the very end of the week on this schedule, what with my other responsibilities during the week. It's just very hard for me to actually film during the weekdays. So with that in mind, I may switch over to a bi-weekly deal with this instead. Also, I'm probably not going to have as many different things going on my hobby table, so we'll take a look at that maybe going forward. But this is the first video of the new year, 2023. I am Ryan, also known as Rezial. If you are getting good value out of any of my content, please do consider hitting the like button, sharing and subscribing, and hit that notification bell to keep up with any new videos coming out. I do have plans in the works for one, maybe two video series types on the way. But without further ado, let's check out what's going on the table. Now, a lot of y'all may have been following up on my Bellacore project. Anybody that knows me on Discord or is on the Instagram will have seen the photos of the finished project. I did finish him up. I am happy with the results. And I did already, unfortunately, send the model, well, I should say I delivered the model to my friend who it belongs to. I can maybe get a photo up in here, at least for a few seconds for you to check out. So since that was done though, and during the holidays, there's just been a lot of mess. So a lot of what I did was to go through and do a pretty serious clean and reorganize on the hobby space. It is still a little bit cluttered, especially because I sort of started some projects back again, which you can kind of see here that I've got on the table right now. Which we'll talk about briefly, but it is a whole lot cleaner, and I cleaned all through my hobby space. So basically, the table overview here is way more organized. Most of my paints are back in their space, except for the few that I had been using, and a lot more of my counter space is clean. There's a lot less of the bits that I didn't have homes for at the time, where I had just jumbled up, redone the table surface, got rid of some of the extra paint on, although it got a little bit extra paint on it just recently. But yeah, and especially over in front of my display cases, I had a bunch of mess in front of that. This bonus room that I use still gets a little bit cluttered from time to time, but my display cases are accessible again. So for the most part, things are working okay, and I'm happier and things are cleaner. Now, what I got on the table right now is going back to my Blood Angels project I had running for a long time. I have played, in some cases I have proxied some stuff that was part of my list for a while that I am currently working on, or have been working on in the background while I was doing other things when I could. It's always a struggle to get all the things done I want to get done quickly. But basically, I've got the time now where there's nothing else that's pressing, so I can get back to these Blood Angels for at least the time being, to kind of get that all finalized. What with the new updates to the game having happened, some things have changed, but a lot of the stuff has stayed the same. So just most recently, I've been putting a lot more time into these Death Company models. And of course, it's not going to want to focus terribly well unless I put my hand behind the guys. But yeah, just these are some guys that I had gone back and double magnetized for some options, and I've decided to go back because of some of the work I had to do spraying to cover up the magnets. I've just gone back and have mostly kind of repainted a lot of what I damaged with what I was doing before. So that is five Death Company models that are double magnetized. These guys over here on the left are a couple of Sanguinary Guard that are going with this group of Sanguinary Guard, and I will be getting to them. They will have a different sort of squad markings somehow, like a different color I'm going to choose. Just kind of set them apart from my previous 7-man, and then I have another 5-man that's also part of my lists that I'm working with. Got all my parts back there. These are the part holders for the skewers that I've showed you guys before in the past, and then I also have a deal. This is basically kind of how I set up stuff like for secondary guard wings when I've done them in the past. Just some tape on a board and I spray. And then I had this broom head that I actually bought so that I could like hand dust my desk, and I didn't end up ever using it for that so far. It's perfectly clean still, because I needed extra space to stick some stuff in, and this actually worked. So I did that. Hey, I mean, sometimes necessity is the mother of invention, right? And so that's worked pretty well, actually. I'm pretty happy with that. And so it's still sitting there for as long as I got these extra secondary guard shoulders stuck there. Got the arm for this intercessor sergeant back here because I magnetized him so he could fit some weapon options, and because I do like that, and so that's one of the arms for him. And then you know, I rearranged a little bit of stuff here. I still have this Hot Wheel on the side, that because I like there's some car projects I do here and there sometimes. I know I haven't showed any of them, but someday I will get back to that. And that one had there was a special project I had in mind for that one. I know it's a weird one. But there was a reason behind that. And yeah, that's really it. I mean, that's what's going on the hobby table for the most part. I've been keeping up with some techniques and trying some paint, and I think we were talking about some Dante in the chat last night, and there's a chance I have an idea for repainting some aspects of my Dante here, because he's done real basic and like gold metallic, like basic true metallic, gold metallic, and I was sitting there, I was like, man, I could really stretch my hobby skill on trying to fully non-metallic metal this guy, because he's still a model that I really like and use, but there's speculation that we'll get another one before too much longer, so it may be okay to kind of like experiment with him, so that'll be cool. I may do that, may probably get these guys finished first, but it's a thing that could happen. And yeah, that is really it. I don't want to make this run too long. I like to keep these as close to 5 minutes as I can. We're a little bit over that now, so I will sign it off there. If you all would be so kind, please do check out the Instagram. It is at littleiao. That's at LITTLEIAO at Instagram. And keep up with me there. And that is it. Until next time, hope you guys are healthy and happy, and have a great one.